so now that we're all set up with our Play Games libraries, we want to start adding some achievements to our game. And the first thing I'm actually going to do is add in our built-in controller to view those achievements. So I'm going to do that by creating a button. Let's put it on screen here. This is good. And we will say View Achievements. And let's go over into our sizing. We're going to align this, or I guess anchor it to the bottom right. By the way, Xcode 5 auto layout is much better than Xcode 4. If I were to do this from scratch, I'd probably be doing that here instead of these springs and struts. Anyway, we're just going to call this achievements. A little cleaner. And now I'm going to go into my helper editor here. And I'll set up both an outlet, control drag. We'll call it View Achievements Button. One of these days I'm going to misspell achievements. It's going to be really embarrassing. And maybe up here, let's add in our achievements button was pressed action. All right, with that set up, let's go and edit this thing. First thing we're going to do actually is within refresh interface based on sign in, I'm going to say self.view achievements button dot hidden equals not signed in, so that we hide this view achievements button if you're not signed in. Kind of makes sense. The other thing I want to do here is something that has bugged me since the last chapter, which is in my finish with auth error handler, this refresh interface based on sign in. I want to move this outside the if not error clause, because we'll want to refresh the interface either way, whether there's an error or not. I mean, trying silent sign in will have finished at this point, and maybe we'll just want to show the button again if things have gone badly. So anyway, that was bothering me. Just wanted to get around to fixing it. So now let's get something to happen when the user presses this View Achievements button. We're going to create a GPG achievement controller equals GPG achievement controller alloc init. And we need to set its achievement delegate to self. Or at least that's what I'm going to do here. And this achievement delegate, by the way, just has one method, which is achievement view controller did finish. It's the method our view controller here is going to implement in order to dismiss this view controller when the user is all done. And then we display it like we would any other modal view controller. So we're going to call self, present view controller, our achievement controller, animated yes, and completion, in this case, will just be nil. Now, of course, we're getting a warning because we've set our achievement delegate to self, but our self is not yet a GPG achievement delegate. Luckily, we can fix that right here. And then we get one other warning that the required method, achievement view controller did finish, has not been implemented. I really feel like there's got to be some key combination or something here that I can click for Xcode to insert a stub method for me. I have not been able to find it. If it exists and you know about it, please leave it in the comments. Because, gee, it seems like that'd be awfully nice. However, that said, it's pretty easy for us to add, since it does get auto-completed for us. And basically, we're just going to dismiss view controller animated, yes, with completion, no. And that's it. That's all we need to do, right? These little lines of code have done all the work we need to actually show the achievements view controller within our game. So let's run this and see what happens. All right, so I'm signed in. I've got this achievements button. I'm going to click it. And I get this lovely achievements view controller, which is empty. And that's because we haven't defined any achievements for our game. So I suppose this is correct. I click the Done button. It calls my delegate method, which dismisses that view controller. And there you go. We can now view our achievements within the game. So maybe the next step would actually be to create some achievements, and we can do that in Developer Console. And so we'll tackle that in the next lesson.